The night was still. The air was thick. Something was off. Lately, whispers followed me. They danced in the shadows, teasing me with half-truths and broken promises. They spoke of a love lost, a love betrayed, a love drowned in secrets deeper than the ocean. My lover, a devilishly charming rogue with eyes like a stormy sea, had vanished. He disappeared into thin air, leaving behind only a scent of salt water and a trail of unanswered questions. I searched for him everywhere, my heart a lead weight in my chest. Where had he gone? What secrets had he taken with him? I found myself drawn to the water. The ocean had always called to me, its depths a mystery waiting to be unraveled. Tonight, it whispered his name, a siren song that promised answers. I stepped into the cool water, letting it embrace me, hoping for a sign, a clue, anything.
The moon hung heavy in the sky, its light a silver path leading into the heart of the ocean. I waded deeper, the water swirling around my legs like a silken gown. The whispers grew louder, swirling around me, beckoning me forward. Then I saw it, a glimmer in the depths, a soft, ethereal light pulsating like a heartbeat. It was beautiful, mesmerizing. I reached out, my fingers brushing against something smooth and cool. A shock ran through me, sending shivers down my spine. A figure began to rise from the water. It was tall and slender, its form shifting and changing like moonlight on the waves. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, piercing through the darkness, seeing into my very soul. I was both terrified and strangely drawn to it.
I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. The figure moved closer, its light washing over me. It raised its hand, its touch sending another jolt through me. This time it wasn't unpleasant. It was warm, inviting, like a forgotten memory. It beckoned me to follow. Without hesitation, I reached out and took its hand. We sank beneath the waves, the water closing over us like a velvet curtain. To my surprise, I could breathe. The water felt as natural as air. We descended deeper and deeper, the world above fading into a distant memory. The light from the figure illuminated the way, revealing a breathtaking underwater landscape. Schools of fish shimmered like jewels, their scales reflecting the light in 1,000 different colors.
We arrived at a clearing, a serene underwater space where sunlight filtered through the water, casting a magical glow on the sea plants swaying gently in the current. In the center of this enchanting scene stood a small house, its presence both surprising and captivating. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before, a structure that seemed to defy the very nature of its underwater surroundings. It was as if an artist had taken a paintbrush to the ocean floor, creating a masterpiece of colors and textures that blended seamlessly with the marine environment. The walls of the house were a mesmerizing swirl of blues and greens, reminiscent of the ocean itself, while the roof stood out in a vibrant coral pink, adding a touch of whimsy to the scene. Seaweed swayed gently in the current, forming a natural curtain over the doorway, inviting yet mysterious. The house looked soft, inviting and strangely familiar, as if it had been plucked from a distant memory or a dream. As we approached, the door swung open effortlessly, revealing a cozy interior that beckoned us to explore further. The walls were lined with bookshelves, each shelf filled with volumes bound in seaweed and coral, their titles hinting at stories of the deep. A fire crackled merrily in the hearth, its flames casting dancing shadows on the walls, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere despite the underwater setting. The air was filled with the scent of salt and sea foam, mingling with a faintly sweet aroma, like honeysuckle, adding to the surreal experience. A figure appeared, gesturing for me to enter, its movements fluid and graceful, as if it were part of the water itself. I stepped inside, my heart pounding with a strange mixture of fear and anticipation, unsure of what awaited me in this otherworldly abode. This place felt familiar, like a half-remembered dream, a fragment of a story I had once known. Where was I? And why did it feel like I had been here before? Who was this being that had brought me here? Their presence was both comforting and enigmatic, leaving me with more questions than answers as I ventured further into the watercolor house.
The figure closed the door behind us, sealing us in a world of soft light and whispered secrets. I turned to face it, my mind racing with questions. Before I could speak, it held up a hand, silencing me. "You have questions," it said. its voice a low, melodic hum. It was neither male nor female, but something altogether otherworldly.
"Who are you?" I whispered, my voice trembling. "Where are we?"
The figure smiled, its eyes filled with a depth of sadness that mirrored my own. "This is a place between worlds," it said. "A place where memories and dreams take on a life of their own."
"Memories?" I echoed, my hand instinctively going to my chest where the ache of my missing lover resided. "Whose memories?"
The figure stepped closer, its light enveloping me like a warm embrace. "Yours," it whispered, its voice a caress against my soul. "And his."
I gasped, the cold water filling my lungs as I struggled to comprehend what I was seeing. My eyes widening in recognition, I couldn't believe the transformation unfolding before me. The figure's features, once fluid and shifting like the waves around us, now held a heartbreaking familiarity, a visage I knew all too well. The curve of its lips, so gentle and reminiscent of countless memories, the tilt of its head, a gesture that spoke volumes without uttering a single word, the way its eyes seemed to hold the secrets of the universe, depths of knowledge and emotion that I had always admired. It was him, but different, a version of him that seemed both familiar and alien. As if reading my thoughts, the figure nodded, acknowledging the silent questions swirling in my mind.
"He is here," it said, its voice a soothing balm to my frayed nerves, or rather a part of him, a fragment of his essence glowing with an ethereal light. He is lost, adrift in a sea of his own making, struggling against the currents of his own mind.
"Why?" I cried, tears welling in my eyes, mixing with the salt water around me. Why would he leave me? The pain in my heart was almost unbearable. Why would he leave us? The question echoed in the depths, unanswered and haunting. Why would he leave us? The sorrow in my voice was palpable, a reflection of the void he had left behind.
The figure pulled me close, its touch a lifeline in the vast, cold expanse. Its embrace filled with a love so profound, so pure, it stole the breath from my lungs, offering solace in the midst of my despair. So pure, it stole the breath from my lungs, a beacon of hope in the darkness. "He did not choose this," it whispered against my hair, its voice a gentle caress. "He did not choose this," it whispered against my hair, its voice a gentle caress. A promise of understanding. He is bound by forces beyond his control, but he is fighting with every ounce of his being. He is fighting to find his way back to you, to us, to the life he once knew.
As it held me, I felt a warmth spread through me, a warmth that chased away the coldness that had taken root in my heart. Chasing away the coldness that had taken root in my heart, replacing it with a newfound strength. The pain of his absence didn't disappear entirely, but it was now bearable, a manageable ache. But it was bearable now, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It was replaced by a sliver of hope, a glimmer of light in the darkness, a promise of reunion. A glimmer of light in the darkness, guiding me towards a future where we might be together again.
When I finally pulled away, my tears had dried, leaving behind a newfound sense of peace. It was as if the ocean itself had absorbed my sorrow, replacing it with a calm I had never known before. The water around me felt like a comforting embrace, a silent promise that everything would be all right. I looked at the figure, at him, and saw a reflection of my own longing, my own hope. His eyes mirrored my deepest desires, the dreams I had kept hidden for so long. In that moment, I realized we were connected in ways I couldn't fully comprehend, bound by an invisible thread that tied our fates together.
What happens now, I wondered, my mind racing with possibilities. The future seemed uncertain, yet filled with potential. I asked, my voice stronger than it had been in days. The strength in my voice surprised even me, a testament to the inner resolve I had discovered.
The figure smiled, its eyes twinkling with a mischievous light. There was a sense of knowing in that smile, as if he held secrets that I was yet to uncover. That, my dear, it said, is a story for another time. His words were both a promise and a mystery, leaving me eager for the day when all would be revealed. It gestured towards the door. Go now. The command was gentle yet firm, urging me to move forward. He would not want you to worry. His reassurance was like a balm to my soul, easing the anxiety that had gripped me for so long.
I hesitated, reluctant to leave the comfort of its presence. The safety I felt in his company was hard to abandon, but deep down I knew I had to. But I knew it was right. The path ahead was uncertain, but it was mine to walk. I had to trust him. Trust that he knew what was best for me, even if I couldn't see it yet. I had to trust the connection we shared, even if I didn't fully understand it. This bond was my anchor, my guide, through the uncharted waters of my journey. As I swam back towards the surface, the watercolor house faded into the distance, its vibrant colors blurring like a watercolor painting. It was a place of dreams and memories, now becoming a part of my past. The whispers were gone, replaced by a profound silence. The quiet was not empty, but full of promise and potential. But I wasn't afraid anymore. The fear that had once paralyzed me was now a distant memory, replaced by a newfound courage. I carried his love with me, a beacon guiding me through the darkness. It was a light that would never fade, illuminating my path no matter how dark the waters became. The ocean held its secrets close, but I knew I would uncover them. Each dive, each exploration brought me closer to the truth. One day I would know the truth. The answers were out there, waiting for me to find them. One day we would be reunited. Until then, I would carry the memory of his smile, the warmth of his presence, and the promise of our connection deep within my heart.